Hi folks, these are my two two-wheel drive Urals. The one on the left is the Sportsman, the one on the right is a brand new Gear Up. The one on the left, the Sportsman, is from 1995. This is in 2019. This bike is the direct descendant of this bike. While there's a bunch of similarities, there's a whole lot of differences. And right now I'm just going to do a quick video of each of the components side by side, and we're going to do a comparison. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start with the Sportsman's front end. Fine Russian front end. Fine Russian shocks. Rebuildable Russian shocks. There you go. Nice drum brake. Semi-round wheels. Outrageously good chrome on the handle. Front end. Actually, this front end was bent and had to be straightened. It's a long story. The bike was safe from going to a junkyard. That's the front end on the 95. Here's the front end on the 2019. He has not been in the junkyard yet. You can look at the mounts. Shocks made by Sachs, not Russian. I'm told the front end's actually made in Italy. There's the shocks. There's the Brembo front brake. Sachs shocks. Nice round wheel. Love the round wheels. Now, what's next? What's next? Well, the sidecars, I'll tell you the truth, the sidecars are pretty much the same. I notice there's no gas can mounted up here on this one, like there is on this one. Well, Ural used to put the gas can there for a lot of years. I guess they figured it was a bad idea, kind of like that aluminum step. The fenders are the same, lights are the same, reflectors are all in the same place, same luggage rack, same tire rack. I don't have a box in the back of this one yet. Sidecar is the same. So I'll do a walk around on this one. We'll start back here and notice the gas can has been moved to back here where it's a little safer. But the dimensions are the same. It's the same basic luggage rack. It may mount differently. The same sidecar. The tubs are the exact same. As far as the frames go, the frame's a little more exposed on this one because the covers are long since gone. But the frames, you can take a good look. Take a look at the frame. You see how the bars are. Everything's running. Let me walk over here on this one. It's the same basic design. You can see the two bars running up underneath the cover. There's no real difference. I mean, you can even see the gussets are the same. The screws are in the same place where the hand grip is. There's no hand grip on the other bike because I took it off and hadn't been able to find it to put it back on. Turn signals again are the same. And yes, the 2019 taillight and the 1995 taillight are the same taillight. Seats, that's not a stock seat. And that's the seat off of CT. I didn't like either stock seat. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know whether this bike had a shovel on it or not when it was new, but this one came with a shovel. Now, we go in the drivetrain, but if any of y'all know who Myrtle is, this is Myrtle. That's not a Ural drivetrain. Well, it's not a Ural engine. The transmission's Ural. This was converted to a Ural by Ural himself, Richard Winter. It is a stock Ural transmission. Fourth gear is 1.6 to 1. Final drive is 4.6 to 1, or 4.62 to 1 if you prefer. Twice the horsepower, same crappy brakes because it's geared so low, you really still have to ride this like a Ural. Now this thing. This is Ural's 2019 engine. If you ride Urals, you'll immediately see a difference in the head. The valve covers are different. For fuel-injected models, they've moved the O2 sensor. The transmission looks the same. You notice there's a cover. This one, the other one doesn't have, or it says the do not remove. That is apparently a new case they have. The final drive on this one is a 1-to-1. The rear end is 4.62 also. This engine doesn't have to work quite as hard. This thing will absolutely fly for a Ural. I'll just leave that there. We'll move back, and the next obvious thing is the rear brake. These brakes are unbelievably good. They stop the bike fast. If you've never driven a sidecar, you may not think they're that good. Trust me, these brakes are good, especially when you compare it to the old drum brake. The old drum brakes were great for what they were designed for, but all of these bikes are being ridden a whole lot harder than they were ever designed for. To be honest with you, the biggest change on all these bikes between the Sportsman and the Gear Up is right there. That is an open differential. That sends power to both wheels all the time. 30% goes to the sidecar wheel, rest goes to the rear wheel, unless it gets stuck or it loses traction. Whichever wheel has no traction spins. That can be a problem. That's how it was done originally. As far as a road bike, these things are phenomenal on the road. They almost steer for you because of the nature of the open differential. This one does not have an open diff. This has a one-wheel drive rear end with a locker on it. The lever you see there on top, you lock that in, you're in two-wheel drive. Both wheels turn at the same RPM all the time. Not the best for on-road. You can't even steer this thing on-road like that. But off-road or on ice or on loose gravel, this thing will keep you from getting stuck. Now one thing you talk about Ural sidecar mounts and all that, I want you to pay special attention how this mount is attached. See that? See that down there? You see that up there? Now, I think once you get something done and it works, sometimes we really can't see it real well, but sometimes there's just no reason to change it. And they didn't. There's a front mount way up there. We'll take a look at the same angle up front on the other bike. And you'll see that there's not a lot of difference in how they mount things. They just didn't. They're very similar. Now the reverse shifter is different. You'd have a foot shifter for reverse. It's down there. On the Sportsman, most Urals of the day, it has a little hand shifter down there. Notice there is no selector for two-wheel drive. You are in two-wheel drive all the time. Also notice there's not a guard for the two-wheel for the drive shaft over here. We took it out after we discovered this, and discovered most Sportsmans have a dent right there. That was caused by the guard banging off of the rear end. It was too long. I have it. It's sitting in the garage. I installed this trailer hitch, even though I've only towed my utility trailer with it, as a stopgap to keep the drive shaft. Some of this fail, universal joint brakes, whatever, it won't slap the passenger in the leg with the drive shaft. We hope. It hasn't happened yet, so we're okay. As far as the riding experience, they're night and day. You can ride this one down the interstate. Now you shouldn't do it, but you can ride it all day on the slab. It'll do it for you. This one will blow up. The motor turns almost 7,000 RPMs at 70 miles an hour, and that's just too much even for that big old honking BMW motor. They both have windshields. I just have the windshield down on the Gear Up right now because I don't have it up. There's the other big difference in the sidecar right there, the brake and all the spokes. And notice all the wheels are the same on this bike as they are on this bike. So both bikes have total interchangeability with the wheels again, but this one stops. This one slows down real good. That's just a really quick overview of the differences between a Sportsman and a Gear Up. I hope you found this somewhat informative because I really don't like doing this type of video. Don't like to hear myself speak. if you like this thing, let me know. I'll do more of them whether I like it or not. So, but there they are. If there's interest, I'll do a same sort of video with the retro, which is a completely different animal than these two. Okay, there will be some pictures. Should be some pictures interspersed with the video to give you a better view of what these two beasts really are about. Thanks for watching.